So Robert saved my life. So I had a perfect life until March 29th of last year when I went to work and I get a phone call, a frantic phone call, a woman who is telling me that she had an affair with my husband for 2.5 years, that I need to know that. And I said, well, thank you very much. This is very kind of you to call me, and I hang the phone. So my whole world actually got completely shattered because I didn't really expect that, right? Nobody ever does. So I had a surgery to do. I am an oncologist, so I do some surgeries as well. So they're calling me from the operating room, and I'm thinking like, fucking, where is the operating room? I can't really orient myself in the building at all, so I have to do a surgery, right? And I can't walk in there and tell them, like, I can't do the surgery because my husband had an affair, and I just heard that. So the patient is there already asleep, and I thought, holy mackerel, how do I do that? And I think, like, okay, I've done this thousands of times, I just have to breathe. So I just like, okay, what do I do now? The second breath, the third breath, fourth breath. Okay, I'm breathing. And so I finished the whole thing. So I get out of the operating room, and then I call him, and so we had this quick discussion on the phone, and he says, yeah, that's true. I said, okay. Anyway, so that's how the whole thing starts happening. So the next thing is that I just can't function. I can't function at home. Like every time we have dinner, I'm just like crying. I'm just absolutely a mess. I've never seen myself like that, right? So I'm sitting at a conference in San Francisco one day, and I realized that, here is the lecture, and I'm actually sitting and crying. So it's like, I can't be crying at the lecture. It's like, whoa, this is spilling everywhere. So I was doing a little bit of EFT, and I Google, how do you tap in public? So then that's how I find Robert. It's like, whoa, this is fast. If I need something that's really fast, like, this has to go quickly. So I email people, and Esther actually answers my email, and so I make a couple of sessions with Robert. I had another few sessions with Robert on the Skype, which also were extremely helpful. And the whole thing felt like Robert actually just put out a huge fire. So to a point where I can actually find my clothes, get dressed, go to work, function, feed the kids, send them to university. We sold the house, I bought an apartment, I moved in, I got my furniture, and my life is kind of back on track, back normal. So now I have to address everything that actually caused that to happen, right? And so that's why I'm here. So I'm an oncologist, so I treat people with cancer. And so I've done a lot of like personal work in the past, and I read a lot of books, and psychology is my pastime, and I really enjoy that. So I'm not your, regular doctor who you would come to and kind of tell you these mean things, or tell you you have 3 months to live and stuff like that. I don't do that. So I'm very aware of who comes to the door and what they need, and how can I actually uplift them. And if I manage to uplift them and give them some kind of hope, no matter how small that is, but it's so significant, and I know that they'd hang on to my words. So I do a lot of placebo, and it actually really fucking works. It's amazing because we have these white coats, right? And it's like, whoa. Anyway, and I'm aware of that. I'm totally aware of that. So, but I'm also aware, sometimes I ask them, why did you get cancer, right? And they tell me, oh, well, my husband left, he had an affair. Like, hello? Who is looking me in the mirror? And I was so aware that if I stayed, like, it was my decision to leave at the end, because I was aware if I stay in that marriage, I'm actually going to get cancer. And when I got out, I was aware that if I don't clean myself up, that I'm actually going to get cancer. And I have 12 to 18 months. This is why there was this absolute panic to do like something like now, because the time is very limited, and I know that. And so this happened in March, so it took me like 4 months to kind of get my head straight and actually find fast EFT, which happened right on time. And so it's 10 months now. And I'll tell you, I'll never get cancer because I don't need it. I don't need, people get cancer for various different reasons. And I had a friend who I asked her, why do you get cancer? And she told me, because my husband cheated on me and I just wanted to get even at him. Okay. And she said to me, and I said, wow, I said, that's a bit kind of scary what you're saying. And she said, well, you know, I can also control everybody with my cancer. Like, she was very self-aware. But she also died from the cancer, right? So, like, and I think, do I need that? Do I want to control my husband with this? Do I want to get even with him? Absolutely not. Like, Robert actually helped me with kind of reframing the whole situation, where I look now, it still kind of hurts to a point, but not as much. And I'm thinking, like, this man actually, I know that he loved me. I know that what he did was really because he had his own issue, and that's what his dad did, and that was the way that, you know, they cope in the family. They find other girlfriends or whatever. And that was really his gift to me. It really was. For me to finally address something that I needed to address, and to release me, because I would have never otherwise left him. So what a gift of love, really. And that's how I see it right now. Not 100% of the times, don't get me wrong, because there's not but, you know, when I'm kind of calm, like, I can actually see that way. So that's how Robert saved my life. So thank you, Robert, yeah.